What's up? How are you guys doing? Welcome to week number 2. This is how to sell bots. This video is the first one. We're going to be making 2 videos this week. This one is very theoretical, so I'm going to keep it short. I think the mechanical, practical stuff is the stuff that is the most important because that's where you're actually putting in work, making progress. So I'm keeping this one as short as I can. But there are some things, some questions that have come in that I want to clear up in this video. And I also want to talk about your offer and picking niches and things of that nature. And then in the next video, Johnny's going to talk about the kind of mechanics of like, what are the 3 things or the 6 things that you have to do, just every week to get your clients coming in. That's the most important part, right? Without clients, you can know everything about bots. You're not really going to have a successful chatbot agency, right? So this video, again, theoretical. It's about your offer, it's about picking niche, and it's also about one of the questions that came in that we need to cover is kind of like, what are the types of bots that you should be attempting to build for your clients? So as you can see, this is our roadmap, right? We're in the second one here, the Get Clients box, and we'll touch on the delivery side of things today as well. But and then we're delivering and we're looking at how to do it yourself, how to get someone else to do it. We're also going to be looking at maximizing profits, huge part. And that's a fun one. But today it's about, again, getting clients, theoretical side of that. And today's goal is, one, we need to get really clear on what it is that you're actually selling. I noticed that some of the people in the group maybe didn't realize that yet. And I'm not blaming anyone for that because, this is all so brand new. And when I started doing this, I just kind of did it until I finally realized, like, what's the one thing that everybody, all of my clients, what's the one thing they all wanted? That's what I'll be talking about. You might have heard the saying, sell people what they want and give people what they need. A lot of times we create the thing that they need and we don't even realize like what they actually want to buy. So let's talk about that today. We're also going to be talking about selecting niches. And, we're going to be trying a few out. And I think that it's important to be aware of the fact that this is not going to be just super easy. You click a button and then you got 12 clients and everyone's just throwing money at you. That happens if people get lucky. But I want you to have expectations that are real, and I want you to realize that you're gonna have to work to make this happen, So we're gonna be kind of, doing some trial and error to get to a place where you've got an awesome business and eventually you're gonna be getting clients on autopilot. But just be aware of that. And I also want to, like I mentioned before, talk about like what are the types of bots that we're going to be building for our clients. Because week 1 was kind of mechanical in the sense that like, here are all the things that you can do with a bot. So let me today kind of show you what are the most common ones that you're actually going to be building. Because you can do anything with a bot, really. Like there's so many things you can do. All right, so what it is that you're actually selling. The number one thing that people want, and it's kind of maybe hard to phrase it, but let me paint a little picture. When you open your email inbox, how many of those emails are you actually going to read? Best guess, I don't know, for me personally, I might read 10% of the emails that actually come in. I'll open more of those, but I'll be unsubscribing or I'll just open them to make them read so it doesn't show up that I have new emails. Out of 100 emails, I might read 10, right? When you get a message inside of Facebook Messenger, how many of those are you going to read? I'm going to read all of them, every single one, even from people that I don't know. Now, this is going to change when thousands and thousands of companies start jumping on this opportunity and creating chatbots. But right now, this is a massive opportunity because of that fact. Everyone is reading every single message they get inside of Facebook Messenger. And that's what we're selling. We're actually going to be able to reach people. And what's cool is it's quite easy to get subscribers, right? So that's what we're selling in a nutshell, subscribers and ridiculously high open rates. And what that means is the message that they're sending out, the promotion, that post, whatever it is, it's actually going to get read and seen by the person that they want to see it. So the way I've kind of phrased it is it's done for you chatbots that's going to help you get hundreds of leads or subscribers, and it's going to skyrocket your open rates. And at the end of the day, we're actually going to reach the customer. We're not just going to send a message out there that nobody sees. We're actually going to be able to, and we can track this. We're actually going to be able to reach most of the people. And I've had clients where they've messaged 500 people, and 97% of them actually open and read the message. So that doesn't really happen with email these days, And as far as your offer goes, pricing is an interesting question. There are different theories around this. I'm going to give you mine. You're free to take it or leave it, and you're free to come up with your own. The way I look at things is when you're starting something new, when you're starting a new business, and especially when it's kind of a new idea, I kind of look at it as you've got this car that's standing still, and you need to start pushing that car to get it moving. And I kind of look at the price that you have as the weight of the car. So if you imagine, let's say you have a car that weighs 397 pounds, and then you've got a car that weighs 1997 pounds, like 1,997 pounds. Like the lighter car is going to be easier to get it rolling, and then you can stack on the weight, i.e. raise your prices when you've got some momentum, when you've got inertia and the car is moving. I really like that analogy, not just because I came up with it, but if you've ever tried to start something and you don't see results, how much quicker do you give up than when you actually see a little bit of results? So my point here is, if you come out the gate and you try to charge too much, people are going to reject you simply because of the price. Like, they might be totally down to buy a chatbot, but you're too expensive, and you're going to get nowhere basically. Maybe the first 12 people that are super interested are going to turn you down because of the price, and that 13th person will actually pay you. So the problem there is you had to go through 12 like legit rejections where you thought it was going to happen, and if you compare that to starting like at a much lower price point, you're going to be making less profit, but you're going to be seeing the potential. You're going to be getting some profit, and then you get an overwhelming amount of work, and then you can raise your prices. The difference here is you might make just as much money doing both things. So let's say you email 10,000 people, okay? And you email 10,000 people and you're trying to sell a $397 chatbot. And let's say you email 10,000 people, you're trying to sell a $2,000 chatbot. At the end of all of that, you email them, you do your follow-up, you get on phone calls, you try to close them. Let's say that at the end of that, you actually would have made the same amount of money. The problem is, on the more expensive side of things, most likely you're going to be seeing no results and then get a sale, and it's going to be a big one. Whereas on the other one, you're going to be seeing the results kind of quicker, and you're going to be able to get more excited about it, and you're really going to be able to see the potential, and that's going to get you moving forward rather than giving up. So as kind of a self-motivation tactic, if just for that reason, I like starting small and realizing that whatever price you put on your chatbots or anything that you try to sell, it's not final. It's just a starting point. You can always raise your prices. With that said, I think you should start somewhere between $397 and $997. It also depends on what types of bots you're building. Like, you can get really advanced with bots. So that's another thing. Like, some of you guys might want to go after, like Coca-Cola sized companies and build these like $50,000 bots. Like, there's a market for that too. You're just going to be having just way higher expectations, way longer sales cycles, but somebody's going to dominate that niche inside of the chatbot marketplace. Okay. So I would start something like that, and then you can offer a monthly management fee. You don't have to. And in fact, I'm actually not doing that, because what I'm trying to do with my chatbot agency is I want it to be, my number one step is to automate sales. And when I have sales kind of coming in on autopilot where I don't have to do anything and we're going to keep getting new clients, that's when I'm going to go, okay, now I jump to week 4 in this course, and I think, okay, how do I now get, how do I maximize profits? Because if right now, when I have limited amount of time to put into it, if I start thinking about how do I make a great kind of monthly management program, and how do I get the most money out of that, then I'm taking time away from building up a fully automated client acquisition strategy, which is where my focus is right now. So that's my focus right now. You can offer it right off the get-go if you want to, and I would price it somewhere between 97 and 297. And it's all about just continuously maintaining, managing, improving on the bot. You can keep adding new things. And some clients just absolutely don't want to touch their chatbot. So I hope this gives you some ideas as far as what your offer is going to look like. And let's realize something else. Chatbots are here to stay, okay? Some people might think it's a fad. I haven't actually heard anybody say that, but there's always skeptical people, right? I definitely don't believe that. I mean, talking to your audience where they actually are, we talked about the idea of, comparing how many emails you read versus messages. Like the Messenger app is not going away. Chatbots are here to stay. Someone's going to dominate. Some company is going to dominate every little niche inside of the chatbot marketplace. So why shouldn't you be one of these people who's out there early and carving out your own little piece of the pie and making that yours? Because the truth is, if you look at the website marketplace, for example, it's almost a commodity at this point, which means that it doesn't really matter. Sure, there's some differences, but largely it doesn't really matter which company you buy your website from. They're mostly the same these days, right? However, some people have been smart about it and have kind of carved out a little niche for themselves. So like, we make websites for the health industry or whatever. So I think we should be looking to do something like that for you as well. And I put this little pie chart here of the smartphone marketplace just to kind of show you. Apple's got the big marketplace. Apple's got the big market share, and they're kind of like popular. They're very expensive. They were innovative. I don't know if they are anymore, but there's definitely status involved in owning Apple. But and then you look at Samsung, and it's maybe more people who want to use Android, maybe want a bit more freedom of like what they can do. So if you go through all these companies, you'll notice that there are kind of characteristics that define all those companies. So you can differentiate yourself by being, just choosing a niche, like a category, like, hey, we do health or we do restaurants. That's one way to do it. And another way to carve out a piece of the pie is through your price point, right? Like I said, there's a market out there for people paying $50,000 for a chatbot. Absolutely. Somebody's going to be occupying and dominating that part of the market. And somebody's already working pretty hard at that, because there are huge brands that are already using this. And I guarantee you, they don't have kind of chatbot people working in-house. Some might do, but all of them definitely don't. So this is what we need to find for you. And if you are quick on this and you trial and error your way forward and find something that works for you, you're going to be able to claim one of these pieces of the chatbot market. So let's talk quickly about the easiest clients to deliver to. This is still a relatively very, very new technology. Now, here's the thing with that. It means that the majority of companies, they don't know what a chatbot is. They don't know how it can help them, and they don't know why they need one, and they don't know how to get one. Okay? So the problem with that is, if you're going to spend your time focusing on those people, in the long run, it's absolutely going to work. But there's low-hanging fruit. And the low-hanging fruit for the chatbots is, what are the people that are most active on Facebook, like the companies that are most active on Facebook, if you think about it. Let's say you deal with a marketer, and he's very active, and he's got a Facebook group with 20,000 people. When you build a bot for that guy and you give him the link to give out to his fans, he's going to have 500 subscribers by the end of the day. So he's going to be pretty damn happy to pay you money, and he's going to see a return on his investment after that week. You know what I mean? So all I'm trying to say here is if you think about that, if you have that in the back of your head and you start approaching people that you think are already kind of up to speed on what this is, how it can help them, and also if they've already got a bit of a following, they're already kind of posting on the regular inside of their Facebook group or their Facebook page or their Facebook profile, those are the people that you're going to be able to give results to the easiest. And for that reason, they're going to love you the most, and they're going to see the return on the investment very quickly. They're going to give you the best testimonials. So let's try to start with the low-hanging fruit. And again, everybody's going to end up buying this stuff, like every single category of people, even ones who don't have a Facebook page, because you can create a new Facebook page. Facebook pages alone are pretty useless these days. Like I was on Groupon's Facebook page the other day. I think they had 17 million likes. When they were posting stuff, they were getting about 10 likes a post. So Facebook pages themselves are pretty damn useless these days. However, it's about the bot, right? Because the bot can reach them inside of Messenger. But keep this in mind, there are some that's going to be easier to deliver a return on their investment for than others. But at the end of the day, everyone's going to want them. Okay, quickly, the difference in B2B and B2C. So this, if you don't know what that means, it means business to business or business to consumer. So a B2B business is something like my chatbot agency, right? I'm a business and I'm selling to another business. A B2C is somebody who's selling to the end user. So that might be Colgate selling toothpaste to me, the end user going to brush my teeth. I'm the consumer there. I'm not buying it as a business. So a B2B business, when it comes to Facebook, I just wanted to bring this up here that you're gonna have, I think in the grand scheme of things, it's gonna be a little bit harder to deliver great results for B2B, simply because if you've ever tried to advertise on Facebook or something like that, you notice that business owners are the most expensive people to reach, because I think their web behavior, they're very intelligent. They're not going to click on clickbait, and they're not going to click on anything, and they are just kind of, just high web intelligence, if that makes sense. And what that also means is you're not going to get the same type of open rates. They'll still kill email out of the water. But if you look at the B2C market, and if you look at kind of people that are running Facebook ad agencies, which a lot of people in this course are, you can probably see the difference there as well. It's usually a little bit more difficult to make a sale in the B2B space on Facebook as it is compared to B2C. Again, both totally doable. I think one is just going to be easier for you to get started, right? And for that reason, I would recommend B2C for the most part, but like at the end of the day, marketers are some of the most aware of this new technology, right? So if we take that back to the first point, in that sense, like marketers are going to be quite easy to sell to. So I just wanted to touch on that so you're aware of the differences, but both of them are going to work, and I just wanted you to be aware of the differences. I've got a PDF. Why don't I try to pull it up for you? So we built this PDF, and it's got literally like 2,464 different niches of businesses. So this is designed to help you brainstorm and get inspiration and pick a few and try them out. And then, Johnny's going to be covering how you actually go after these people. But I did want to put this in here because this will kind of start to get you excited maybe. And I saw that maybe cafes could be a great niche. Who knows, right? We're gonna try, but I'm gonna be attaching that PDF here, so please have a look at that, maybe for some inspiration. And again, I want to reiterate, this may take some time, but when you start to get results, triple down on what's already working rather than like trying to find new things. So there's gonna be some trial and error. We're gonna be dialing it in, and then once we find a niche or two that work for you, we're gonna go just all in on that. Hope that makes sense. Just some examples, like B2C would be, gyms, and you could go CrossFit, yoga, like you could find a very specific niche, bars, maybe other health niches, doctors, dentists, chiropractors, restaurants, I think would be great. some B2B personal brands, especially ones with Facebook groups, advertising and marketing agencies, any type of digital services, especially ones with high volume. Like one of my friends sells explainer videos at a very low price, and he's got thousands of customers. So me and him are going to partner up, and we're going to do an affiliate deal where he emails his list and I'll give him a commission for every sale. So that's something else to keep in mind. Other B2B companies, even though we talked about they might not get as much open rate and things like that, it's still going to be very beneficial for them. And another thing to keep in mind is, let's say you get a marketing agency as a client. Well, they're going to have another 12 clients maybe that they could potentially resell your services to. So that's another thing to keep in mind, and to maybe try to use, when you're getting your first customers, trying to find the ones that are going to be having reselling opportunities. And I've had a lot of referrals, to be honest with you guys. So that's something we're going to cover in week 4 because it's huge. But good to think about. Cool. What do we got? Alrighty. So let's talk about this, because there were some questions around this, which makes a lot of sense, right? What types of bots can you build for your clients? One of the things that you can do for, whether it's B2B or B2C, it doesn't matter, is to qualify and collect leads. You could, one thing I've been doing with my clients is to create a contest, because they had Facebook groups. So what we did was we created a contest, and we said, they sell like leggings. So we're like, every month somebody's going to win a free pair of leggings. And in order to join the contest, they have to go to the bot, and then the bot tells them, hey, in order to take part in this contest, you have to join our Facebook group. So even if they were already in the Facebook group, they went to the bot, and then they found out that they have to join the Facebook group that they were already in order to join the contest. But now they've subscribed to the bot, and they're obviously already in the Facebook group. And then we just said, the most active person in the Facebook group is going to win every month. And if you've got a Facebook group of more than 250 people, there's a group insights thing that will actually tell you who the most active member is. So that's one bot that we can do. A very common one, I think, is going to be delivering some type of lead magnet. Again, this is B2C, B2B, it doesn't matter. There needs to be some incentive to interact with the bot, because as we covered in week 1, if they interact with the bot, they will become subscribed. If they just go to the bot, they click, get started, they see the welcome message, but then they don't do anything, they're not subscribed. So let me just build something real quick, and I'll show you what it could look like. So maybe let's take the PDF, okay? So let me copy the Dropbox link, and let's go to ChatFuel. So I've created a blank bot here, so I'm going to add a new block, and I'm going to call it Free Niches PDF, and I'm going to say would you like to download the list of 2,464? Would you like to download the list of 2,464 business types that are dying to buy a chat bot from you? And I'll put a yes here, and I'll create a new block, and I'll say lead magnet download, and we create that, and then we'll say sweet, click the button below to download the PDF. Add button, URL, throw the link in there, download PDF. And now we are pretty much done, right? So what I could do now is, if I connect this to one of my pages, I can come here, I click link, I hit the toggle, and I just put PDF, and I copy this URL, Now I can give this URL out and immediately somebody would be taken here and we're going to get subscribers. They're going to be downloading our training or PDF. And then, right, as you guys know, you can go to broadcast, deliver a new message, and you just send a message to people. And that's like, it's so simple. It's almost illegal. That's how easy this stuff is, right? So that's one of the type of bots that we're going to be seeing a lot from, that's one of the type of bots that you're going to be making a lot for your clients, I think. And so enter contest, it's the same thing. Like you would just change this message to like, would you like to enter the contest to win what's something that people, ice cream. Like how cool, let's say you've got an ice cream shop, like who would not enter that contest? Like everybody would enter that contest and then you could just message them whatever. This is going to be so big for local businesses. Would you like to enter the contest to win a free ice cream? And I'm going to say yes. And we'll put ice cream contest. Create. Done. Ice cream contest. Congrats, you have now entered the contest. We will let the winner know right here inside Messenger. That's all you would have to do to get subscribers. Obviously, you don't want to have two in the same, but this could be one way to get subscribers. This could be another one. And so deliver lead magnet enter contest. If you wanted to qualify leads, I mean, it's just so easy. You could just start a new block and let's say qualify business owners. And you could just say, what do you sell? And I could put a quick reply and I could say services. And the next one would be some block name called like revenue, for example. I think this will make sense to you in a second. Products, physical products. And that would also go to revenue. And we could put like both. And that would also go to revenue. But we would store this information. We'd create a bot that says business type, I guess. Doesn't matter. So people are going to get this question, and then we're going to say, click button below. Don't type your answer. Cool. So what would happen is they would come here. They would see, what do you sell? Click a button below. Don't type your answer, because people are not as dumb as you think. They're dumber. So you always want to make things super obvious. And then they would choose services, physical products, or both. And this would be stored here in case we want to use this information when we're filtering our messages down the road. So we would do that. And then I think we would go to revenue and we could do another question. We said, what was your revenue last year? And we could put a quick reply. I could put like, less than 100K. And I could put like, so I would put maybe no lead. So what I mean here is like, let's say if they're making less than 100K, they're not going to be good for our business. 100K to 200K, and they would be taken to the leads block. And we'll do like more than 200K. Beautiful. Leads. And we would save this to revenue. You always want to store the data if you can. Use button below. So now, let's say this is somebody that we are actually interested in talking to. Great. You actually qualify for our one-on-one coaching program. Would you like to find out more? You put yes, and you put some URL here, like google.com. Yes, tell me more. And no lead. You could just say like, great, thanks for answering. So now you're qualified. Yeah. Now you are qualifying leads. So now let's try it out. Just loading it up. Entrepreneurship jokes. Get started. What do you sell? Click a button below. I love this when it doesn't work. Sometimes this happens, by the way, it's like it misfires. So when that does happen, usually all you have to do, this is great, I'm kind of happy this came up because your clients are going to ask you about this too. You just want to kind of restart it. So in this case, I would like to have some type of main menu button. You always want to do that. So we could just say, this is the main menu. And then qualify leads. Obviously, I would not put this in here, but this is going to be able to take me back so that I can actually do it again. And then in this case, I'm going to set up an AI to trigger the main menu so I can do it without deleting my conversation and doing that over again. I could just do like main menu. And now I should be able to go back and I should be able to say main menu. And this is the main menu, qualify leads. Let's try it again. See, now it worked. So this is great. I'm really happy that came up. What do you sell? Click a button below. Don't type your answer. Services, I sell services. Cool. What was your revenue last year? It was 100K to 200K. Great. You actually qualify for, yes, tell me more. And that would, they could enter the email. Actually, let me show you how to do that because that's super cool. Yeah, this is super cool. Would you like to apply? If so, please enter your email. This is so cool, guys. Check this out. Hit the plus. Set up user input. What's your email? Great, you actually qualify. Please apply below. So I would say, what's your email? Put email, and then I would save their email, of course. Now, right after that, we hit send email, and this is so cool. So here's just the name, so I'm just gonna put my own name, and then I would send this to myself. I would just use like my regular email, and then I would just say, reach out to email. He wants to buy. They want to buy. We don't know if it's a male or female. But if you do this, like, why don't we go through it and see what it looks like? I think I showed some of this in week 1, but this is just so cool. Now the main menu is not working properly. I think these errors usually happen just like right after you've edited stuff, so it's not a bad idea to just go run through your bot every time you make some changes. I'll just put like something else. And then you could put a message here actually as well. Great, thank you, we'll be in touch. And now I'm gonna have an email in my inbox. Where were we? There we go. Received. It's so cool. And you know what else is cool? It's like, I don't know if you guys work with Trello, but if you use Trello, you can actually create new cards in Trello straight from here, because when you go to your boards in Trello, there's a add to, why not just show you? here on the side, it says email to board settings. So if you grab this email address, you could just put that in here. And now, oh, it didn't copy. But if I take that email address and I put that in here, this will actually create a new card inside of Trello. It's like the coolest thing, because let's say you get a list of leads and then you can just kind of move them around as you're trying to close sales. It's just super, super cool. So, okay, I think I spent a bit more time here than I was hoping to, but I think this hopefully gives you some really good ideas of like what you can do with this stuff. And these are going to be the most common, right? Just kind of lead collection and qualifying, entering contests, delivering lead magnets. All we're doing is we send them to the bot, we get them to interact so they subscribe. And then, you know, some of your clients might have like an email autoresponder, and you could kind of break it down and make it messenger friendly, which usually means like shorter messages, and you can transfer it over there and send them to the sales page and things like that. So, but these are kind of the most common ways that you're going to be building your bots. So what's next? Basically a repeatable client acquisition strategy. That's what Johnny's going to be talking about, just the mechanics of setting up your flow, finding leads, contacting leads. What do you tell them when you talk to them on the phone? And let's close some sales, basically. I really hope this was helpful. Questions are very welcome. Just let me know and I will answer them. And that's it for this video. Look out for Johnny's video, which is going to teach you the mechanics of getting new clients. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next week. Ciao.